Yay!
Hey everybody! Welcome to Trichster's first on-air Google Hangout. We are live. This is a little bit terrifying, but very exciting. We hope that we have some viewers out there, and if not, hopefully you're viewing this after the fact, and we've edited it, and we all look beautiful. So first off, I'm going to introduce Team Trichster. We have our Director of Photography, Shone.
Hi.
We have our two producers who are conveniently together, Amanda and Carolyn.
Hello.
And our fearless leader, director, editor, and the person who started the whole film, Jillian.
Hi.
And I'm Katie. I'm a co-producer and cinematographer on it, and I will be your moderator this evening. We have with us some of our donors who have generously given to the film to make it happen. We have Rafi.
Hi.
And Nikki.
Hello.
Julia.
Hi.
And Emily.
Hi there.
We have another donor who we hope will be joining us. We might be having technical difficulties, but hopefully she'll join us soon. Her name is Catherine. Maybe she'll pop up later. So what we're going to do is we're going to start with some questions. We're going to start with Rafi. You had a question about editing.
Yes. The question is, like, where does that all take place? Like, is it all on, like, one computer, one hard drive, like, in one location, or multiple places?
All right, so Jillian is our official editor. Do you want to answer that one, Jillian?
Yeah, the editing all takes place right where I'm sitting. I'm in my office, and the film is on 2 hard drives that look like this. So this is a 6 terabyte drive, and I have another 6 terabyte drive, and I've got half the footage on each drive. And yeah, I edit it all from my laptop, and I have an external monitor. And the way the process works is I'll finish a cut and then compress it down and then send it out to the team, and then we'll all review it, and then we'll have chats like this where we talk about it and talk about what needs to be fixed or changed this time. So we've been doing that since October.
And we continue to do that.
Yes.
Okay, so next let's go with Emily. You had a question about who is in the film.
Yeah, I was wondering, how you decided, how to go about filming them, and then how you actually met the people you were going to film.
This is probably a good question for Jillian, too, because she's the one who did the reaching out.
Well, it started out, I just wanted to find one person to interview to put together a short documentary in my spare time. And so I reached out to the New York support group for trichotillomania and got my inbox was flooded with replies, which I found very unexpected because I know a lot of people are very uncomfortable talking about it. So I went and met with a couple of the different people, and that's how I found Valerie and sort of shot with her more and more. And as we continued to shoot with her, she just became more essential to the plotline of our film. And so that's how we found everybody. We reached out to the New Jersey group, and that's how we found the children.
Right, all right, cool. So let's see. Next, Julia, you had a question. What was your first question?
I was just curious. I mean, you mentioned that you've been editing since October, so I guess I'm curious how long you guys filmed.
All right. Amanda, you have been around since the first Kickstarter video. Do you want to handle that one?
Sure. Well, the first Kickstarter video we actually shot before we'd even shot the film, and that was sometime actually around Memorial Day of 2012. We actually started filming what actually went into the film itself in probably June of that year, so June 2012, and we wrapped up October of last year. So shot for just shy of 2 years, about a year and a half or so, and we've been in post-production ever since.
Great. All right, let's go back to Rafi. You had a question about film festivals.
Oh, this is a fun question. How do they work as far as, like, the public? Like, are there ones that are open to the public to attend, or are they just industry?
Right. Okay. Carolyn, do you wanna take that one away? You've done some film festival research and work.
Yeah, so just in general, film festivals are usually open to the public. They're just like basically going to the movies. However, they bring films that might not come to your normal, Cinemaplex. They're usually films you might not have heard of, don't have giant stars in them. But film festivals are amazing venues to see films that wouldn't otherwise get screened. There are all sorts of film festivals all over the world. There are film festivals that go from tiny little film festivals that might be in one theater and they might screen a handful of short films to giant multi-week-long film festivals that screen films from all over the world, all kinds of lengths, and all kinds of different, documentaries, narratives, experimental films. So film festivals are generally open to the public, and the public is usually encouraged to go to film festivals. There is an industry side to them, just because indie filmmakers like ourselves might not get the kind of coverage we're looking for in audiences that we want to see our film in normal theaters. So film festivals are a great way for the industry to sort of explore how to get their film out there and find new audiences for it.
Cool. All right. Emily, you had a nerd question. Oh, wait, hold on. Pause.
There you go.
You're going to have to ask that again. I think we were muted. Can you take that one more time?
I'd love to say it again. I studied film in college, so I'm really interested in this. I was wondering what type of equipment that you use to make the film.
All right. That one would definitely go to our director of photography, Shone.
Okay. Well, we kept it pretty simple. Thankfully, a lot of us owned some of the equipment that we use, and if we didn't own, we had access to it. So we owned Canon. We shot the whole film on Canon DSLRs. So it was either the 5D, the T3i, or the 7D. We should probably get residuals from Canon over that. But yeah, and we used a few lenses, just like the 50mm and the 24-105. And we used natural lighting and just some wireless lavs and a recorder, an external recorder. And that's pretty much how we shot the whole film.
All right. Cool. So next we have Julia. You had a question about filmmakers.
Yeah, it sounds like you guys probably have learned a lot, so I'm just curious what kind of advice you'd have for first-time filmmakers like yourselves.
All right. Maybe I'll take this one. I just wrote a blog about this. We have learned an incredible amount. We have never made a film before. This is completely new to us. So we've learned a lot about crowdfunding, a lot about having confidence in what we're doing and learning from other people and being open to new ideas, and networking. Networking is super, super important. There's so many things that we've learned, but the biggest thing I think is to just try it. If you have an idea, if you have a dream and you have a way to go about it, just try it and see what happens. I mean, we never expected this to get as far as it has already. The film's not even done yet, and we're already further along than we ever expected. So my biggest piece of advice, I think, is to just go for it. Try it, see what happens, and then once you have something to show, you can start your crowdfunding, or you can share it with people, and you can start networking and building your team, and then you can create something amazing. So that's my answer. So next question.
Good answer.
What'd you say?
Fabulous.
Oh, thank you. Nikki, you had a question about the release.
Yeah, when's it gonna be out? When can we see this that you guys have all been working so hard on? When's the product coming?
That's a good question. Jillian, do you want to take that one?
All right. Yeah, this is probably the most asked question in my email and my Twitter and my Facebook and on Tumblr and on all of our social media. And when people think, when's it going to come out, being an independent film, we're not necessarily coming out in the same way that a normal film was. So our debut will be in a film festival like we talked about, and then we'll be hopefully doing a film festival circuit for about a year, after which we'll be available for online streaming, and we'll be selling DVDs online. So my hope is that the edit of the film will be finished within a month. That's on me, so I'm saying that, and I'm really trying to stick to my guns on that one. We're just trying to make the best film we can. And then after I finish editing it, then it goes to our color corrector and our graphics guy who's doing some design. Our composer's still working on some music. And then our audio mixer has to put all that together. So hopefully by the end of the summer, early fall, we'll have a final film. And then hopefully in the fall sometime we'll be premiering at some festival somewhere of some unknown origin at the moment.
Still a bit of a mystery, but we're getting there.
Yeah.
Nikki, I also just realized I totally missed one of your questions. You had a question about TLC.
Yeah, I was wondering if you guys are affiliated or what kind of a connection you have with the Trick Support Organization, TLC.
That's a great question. Amanda, are you cool to answer that one?
Yeah, sure. I can answer that one. So we don't have any official affiliation with TLC, but we are very involved with them, sort of indebted to them in a lot of ways. They've been a really wonderful support to us throughout this whole process. Giving us access to the community and to people that we normally wouldn't have come in contact with. Jennifer Rakes has been such an ally for us. As many people know, she made a film herself, Bad Hair Life. So she's been a wonderful sounding board for us, and we're very thankful to have them in our Trickster universe, and we really value their friendship and their support.
Awesome. That's great.
We love TLC.
We really do. We love them so much.
All right, now it looks like, Rafi, you had a question about volunteering.
Yeah, so in the process, I know while you're editing and before it is released or anytime after, are there going to be any opportunities to volunteer for any events or anything like that, other than sharing things on Facebook?
That's always very helpful. But no, that's a great question. Carolyn, do you wanna fill her in?
Oh. Right now, there aren't any really specific ways that people can volunteer. We've had such wonderful from everybody online, but honestly, the biggest thing that you can do right now to support us and help us is just by spreading the word and talking to people about the film and just letting the world know how excited you are about it. Sharing our trailer and links to our page, and even sharing this Hangout tonight whenever it goes live on YouTube, sharing that link and just saying, hey, I was part of something really cool, or hey, I watched this really cool video, check it out. They're doing something awesome for a cause. Spreading the word is really the best way that you can help right now.
And it helps with festivals too.
I was just going to say that.
When your film has buzz, you're more likely to get into festivals. So that's really what we're trying to do right now, is kind of generate a sort of online, even larger online community than we already have, to try to get us to that point.
Yeah, film festivals like it when you've already done some of the work of promoting the film. So
Right.
the better audience that we have created that they can see just gives us that extra leg up for film festivals. Let's see. Emily, you had a question. What was it? Oh,
Yes, I did.
go ahead. Take it away.
To answer this question, what I'd like to know is, what was your favorite part of production?
Oh, wow.
That's
All
a
right.
good
I think we all probably have different answers for that. Sean, do you want to start? You haven't answered in a while.
Yeah, for me, since this is the first time I've ever shot a feature film. I think going through all the footage and also the whole post part, the editing, crafting the story and trying to figure out how to put it all together so that it can actually make like a real film. Because from that, I can see what mistakes I made because there's probably a lot. But really just, seeing all of our hard work in front of us and seeing like what we've been doing for the past few years and how it's really just all going to come together. That's my favorite part. The post.
Nice. Does anybody else have anything they want to add? I'm sure we all have favorite parts. Jillian, do you have something you'd like to say?
I'm trying to think. Production being the actual process of shooting it, or production being the whole process of the film, I don't know. I think it's like my life has changed since I started it. I was working at a job in New York, and when I started making Trichster, I just became more passionate about that. So for me, I think my favorite part has been the positive change it's made within my life and the change that I've made. I moved across the country, and I'm happier than I was, and I don't think I realized that. So I guess that my personal experience is one of my favorite parts. I don't know, the people that I've met, and I didn't know Katie or Sean before starting this film. So I think that when my ultimate favorite part is going to be wherever we premiere, when we can all stand next to each other and be like, oh, okay, it won't be over then, but at least we'll be like, ah, well, that was 3 years gone by.
Yeah, definitely. Amanda or Carolyn, do you guys want to add to that?
Sure.
Go ahead, you can go first, dear.
My favorite part was when we were filming at the TLC conference last year.
That was my favorite part!
Our producers share a brain.
As well as a screen. It was just a lot of fun to actually meet some of the people beyond just the people that we've been filming with who have been looking forward to the film. And getting to see the community in action. It was just a really positive environment, and it was really cool to meet all those people.
Yeah. Well, and I think the sort of nerdy producer part, it was the biggest shoot that we did. It was the most people involved. It had the most moving parts.
Scheduling was awesome.
Yeah, there was just something really fun about working all those pieces of the puzzle together and then seeing them all fit together, and just it was a very exhausting weekend. It was a lot of work to build up to it, but it was
we had 15 crew members and 5 hotel rooms and hired people and 4 cast members that we were shooting at one time and 15 different rooms to be in, and it was a lot.
Yeah,
crazy times.
Right.
It was really great. But I think my second favorite part, to sort of speak to what Sean was saying about now that we're in post and sort of seeing new cuts, and the film has come a long way, and I think that's also really exciting to see. I think the first cut was 3 hours, and to sort of see where we're at now has just been just as fun of a journey, and almost a crazier, bumpier one, but exciting nonetheless.
Yeah, I agree with all those things, although I missed the big, giant shoot. I was actually at Emily's wedding. It was lovely. It was a wonderful time. I think for me, one thing that has been really cool for me, my video just went down. Can you guys still hear me?
Yep.
So one thing that has been cool for me throughout the process is seeing the reaction of the community that we are making this film for, really. I mean, it's a passion project for all of us, and the subject, I think, is just so worthy of a documentary and of, getting out there to the world. And we're seeing, getting the YouTube comments, seeing people who say, like, thank you so much for making this film, and you realize, wow, I'm like a part of something really cool, and all of the technical aspects and the production and working on my first film, like, wow, that stuff is all really awesome. But for me, I think some of the best part is seeing the people that it affects and how happy they are to So yay, great stuff. All right, and then let's see. What? Oh, okay. Julia, you had a question about reactions.
Well, yeah, I mean, actually, it kind of feeds into what you were saying. I mean, I guess, Jillian, part of doing a documentary is to build awareness around something. And, I mean, even in your own personal life, are your friends and family familiar with Trick? Like, what have their reactions been when you've told them that you're working on this film?
Yeah.
Yeah, go ahead, Jillian.
Sorry. Yeah, my friends, a lot of my friends were aware of Trick beforehand because, you know, it was my friend that inspired me to want to make this film. And then the friends that I've told, and, you know, and this is all I talk about now. Standing in the line in the grocery store and I get in conversation with someone and I'm talking about trichotillomania, you know. And everybody that I've told just really seems curious to know more about it, you know, about the project and about the disorder too.
Yeah, I would agree with that too. And I think a lot of times when we talk to people about it, they'll say, oh, you know, I think I do know somebody that used to do that, you know, or like I sat behind somebody in school who did that, or people don't realize that they know it, but they know about it. I think is something that we see a lot. And then, Nikki, what was your last question?
I mean, I think you're kind of touching to this a bit, but, you know, I was wondering what sort of the overarching goal is. You know, what are you hoping to get out of creating this film and showing it to the public?
That's probably another Jillian one. Jillian, you want to take it?
Sure. Well, I guess my whole goal with starting this film was I didn't want to see another 11-year-old girl feel like they were the only person on the planet who was doing this thing and to feel like they were a freak. So if I could make one less 11-year-old girl feel that way, then I think that we've done our job. But I hope that that will be the case for more than just one. So I guess on that level, you know, everybody's always like, what's the goal of the film? And it really is to raise awareness. I mean, that's the ultimate goal. The more people that see it, the more people hopefully can understand this disorder that I don't think is off the bat easily understood, especially by people that don't know anybody that has it or don't know that they know someone that has it.
Definitely. So I think we've actually gone through all of our questions.
Should we answer Catherine?
That's perfect, actually, because we only have about 5 more minutes for so.
All right, great. Well, thank you everybody for joining, and we really appreciate your enthusiasm, and your donation is also great. Thank you so much. And if you could share this with your friends and anybody out there watching, if you're still watching 30 minutes later, thank you, first of all. And also, if you could share it, that would be great. We're hoping to do at least one more of these. If they turn out to be a success, maybe we'll do more. If you guys like them, if you're interested, send us an email, trichsterfilm@gmail.com. This was a reward for our Season Spark incentives. But eventually, maybe we'll be doing more of these because this was really fun. All right, so I think that's probably it. We're going to stop being live, and thank you everybody again, and yay, we reached our goal! Woo!